Hello, I am Carrie, and this is Beyond the Womb Tarot, where I channel messages that help you continue to grow beyond the womb or expand your mind outside of your current comfort zone to enable you to become your highest self. All right, you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, subscribing, watching these videos. Thank you for engaging with these videos. Thank you for having an opinion about it. Whether you resonate or not, or if you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. So today I want to do a energy reading for the week. What do we need to know this week? Um, what season is it? Is it Cancer? I'm so bad with the seasons. I don't even know what today is. Whatever season it is, happy birthday to y'all. And let's just get started on this reading, which is what we need to know this week. If we start over here, it's kind of difficult to see. Let me move my light a little bit. We have the Nine of Wands and the Five of Cups. When I looked at both of these cards, I heard Dark Night of the Soul. So I don't know if you all have been going through a Dark Night of the Soul, or if there's just been a period in your life. And I feel like because I did a reading last week about what we need to know this week, or what's going on this week, what's the energy this week, and I did not see this energy. I feel like this is something that has just been happening, like even something that has been plaguing your mind, because this is the Nine of Swords, something you've been thinking about over and over and over again. It can even be you wanting to find a solution, because when I see this Five of Cups card, I sometimes think of like trying 5 different times and getting frustrated because you have to try so many times, but it's not working. It's like, I keep trying, I keep trying, I keep trying. Like, what is the solution? What do I do? What is the correct formula? Because when I see this lady with these bowls, it kind of looks like she's mixing things in the bowls. So she's like, what's the correct formula? What's the secret sauce? What is the secret sauce for the Good Burger formula? I love Good Burger back in the day. So you're wanting, like, it's something that you're wanting to discover and figure out, like, really had you in your mind. This is past energy. It had you in your mind, but then there was like this breakthrough. And that's what I see here when I see the Ten of Swords and the Star card. I love it because you can see all of these birds flying away that literally in this image look like they're plaguing her. I don't know if y'all have ever been in that energy of like, I felt it. Like sometimes it just kind of feels like energy is like coming down on you, like attacking you even. But it's literally like your own thoughts and your own negative vibe that's bringing you down. Because every time you try to get up out of it, it's like, well, what about this? And why didn't you consider that? And oh no, this could happen. And oh no. Like, there's all these thoughts that are just like circling and running through your mind, but you're not able to like get up out of them. Like they're running you and you're not running them. You're not able to say, hey, I don't believe this, or hey, there's a solution for every problem. Like you're just not able to do it at that time. But then something happens. And a lot of the times when I see this star card, I think about a wish. But this could literally even be a prayer. This could be you seeking some help or some guidance. Maybe not from a deity, but perhaps you have like a therapist or someone you speak to, or even a wise mentor in your life. And they just helped you get some clarity so that these thoughts could stop running through your mind and going up, circling and running through your mind. It's like the clouds clearing. This is reminding me of the sunrise after like the long dark night. That's why I was saying dark night and soul. The sunrise after this long dark night, and these birds that were all roosting, they're getting up to go about their day. And that's kind of the energy that you're in right now. It's like, okay, I have gone through the darkness. I've had those thoughts running through my mind. But I was finally able to latch on to this one thing that's helping to make those thoughts go away. There's like a truth that you were latching on to. And it's interesting because it was like a healing truth. It's a truth that you were only able to come to once you went through that dark night of the soul. Because it was kind of like you had to let go of some of the things that you were believing in. When I'm going through it, like when I'm really going through it and I just cannot understand, I seek understanding. That's all I do. I look for inspiration. I try to figure out, okay, who has been there before? Who can I talk to? Or what can I listen to on YouTube? What podcast? What show? What even sitcom has like similar situations to this that I can just listen to and kind of get some inspiration on. And I feel like you, like with those things running through your mind and the thoughts that you were having, you were able to seek some higher guidance from someone who had been through it before, from even if you have, like, I was thinking about, sometimes people have those journals of like positive sayings that they will go through when they're going down or they're feeling down. But it's like seeking some guidance after having those thoughts, but using those thoughts that you're having as like a goalpost to say, okay, these are the things that worry me. Where are my solutions to all of these problems? I need to have the solutions. And you having those solutions is showing up here in these cards. It's also reminding me of Four Agreements. Don Miguel Ruiz, this Four Agreements is a book. And Don Miguel Ruiz wrote that book. And what he says in there is that we, in this world, we have all agreed to a certain way of behaving and believing and acting, thinking. Like, we've made agreements to believe certain things. And if we, just like the four legs on a chair, if we take those four legs on a chair or four agreements and we break those agreements by coming up with different things to believe in, then that lie or whatever it is that's in that chair can no longer stand. Like, it can no longer be valid anymore. So perhaps the lie or the thing that was in the chair is that you're not good enough. And then you see four different instances of you not only being good enough, but being perfect just the way you are. Like, you see four different instances of that. And so you're no longer able to sit there in that chair and believe all those lies. It's like, that's not true, actually. I know I'm good enough because look what I've done. Look at the opportunities I've been given. Like, all of the evidence is pointing to me being adequate. Not only adequate, but perfect for this role, or perfect for this family, etc., etc. Like, it's breaking those. Like, this dark night of the soul gave you the opportunity to break some agreements that did not quite work for you. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like not only the healing, but seeking the higher power, like seeking real truth into what the issue was, and then at the end of the day, waking up to like what the truth is, and what your full potential is, and letting go all of those negative energies. Also, I kind of see these birds or these negative thoughts as like helping. They were helpers. They were like, okay, we're going to come down on you. We're going to barrage you with all this negative energy. We're going to excite you. But in this excitement, you were going to figure out the answer to the question, because, you know, sometimes when you're like coming up on the last minute, on the last second, you come up with your best freaking ideas. And that's like the energy I feel right now of like, okay, we are down to the wire. It's time to come up with a brilliant idea. Let's give a little bit of pressure. Pressure, 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 pressure. Boom. Pressure breaks because the person comes up with the idea. It's like, boom. I need to draw this the way I'm seeing it, but like I'm seeing like a energy flowing up because you're able to like just finally let it go. It's like, oh, eureka, I have it. I understand now. I know what the issue is now. You know, all that pressure, all those thoughts, they were showing me something. They were guiding me to a certain pathway so that I could release, and I released. And then we move on to Temperance and the Five of Wands. Love it. So part of this pressure, and I love how these cards are mirroring each other. Like with the fireballs of energy up high. A part of this pressure is because of something you want to achieve, a goal you want to achieve. And it can even be something that requires other people, like group projects. Oh my God, group projects. Talk about dark night of the soul. I remember having some of the most stressful times in college when I had to do group projects, and it wasn't something that I could do on my own because the scale and scope of the project was too large for me, or maybe I didn't have all the knowledge. I remember we were doing this mapping project when I was in school in Texas. And you can't map the whole thing by yourself. There's just not enough of you to cover that space. It's miles or kilometers we were mapping in. It's kilometers that you need to look at. So you really have to rely on your team. However, I did not trust my team. I did not rely on them. I was kind of feeling like an outsider. So it was pretty stressful for me having to rely on my team for that. Like, if this is a certain situation that you're going through where it's like, there's this goal, you all want to get there, but you don't quite know how to do it because you guys don't know each other, you don't trust each other. There's not like the foundation. Like, there's no foundation here. There's just sticks. Everything's shaky. Anybody can fall. It can just tumble over in one moment. But being able to go together in temperance, with this being the card that we're clarifying, it's like all of this energy, all of this conflict and, you know, striving and straining energy, instead of using those energies to like push against each other, just like in this dark night of the soul, using this conflicting energy to come together. Like, that is what I'm seeing when it comes to temperance. Like, there's this conflicting energy. It's literally showing, like, this is the problem. We need to. I'm sorry, I'm getting so many different examples, and I'm like, who is watching this? Do you guys like math? I'm getting so many different examples of the conflicting energies. I'm thinking about even the Earth and its conflicting energies between, the different planets. The Earth and Jupiter, the Earth and even the Moon, not a planet, satellite, but the energy that's conflicting between them, the energy of them pushing off of each other is what keeps them in their orbit. You know, the energy of us being this particular distance away from the sun, it keeps us in our orbit, and it keeps us at the right temperature. It keeps us, at the right pressure. It keeps us like we're spinning like this. Like, all of these energies, these conflicting energies, are necessary for us to survive on Earth. If we were any closer or any further away from the sun, life as we know it would be completely different. And what I'm seeing here in this Temperance and Five of Wands cards is like, don't sit here and worry about all the differences between you. Worry about what those differences are allowing you to have. Say you're working on a group project. Again, the example of mapping. I was not very good at mapping. I wasn't fast. I was not able to climb the mountains. But what I could do was follow a contact. I could keep my eye on that contact because I took my time. I wasn't really rushing to climb nothing. So my skills could be good in areas that are rougher for you to see the contact, whereas somebody else's skills who was faster, who was able to climb, could go and see what was going on way over there, because I'm not going to make it over there. I'm not fast enough to get over there, but another part of my team can. And so that difference between us, we're not going to be able to walk together in this, but we can work together. You go faster than me. You go make it and see what's over there. I'm going to stay right here, and I'm going to get this area. All right, that dude over there, he's going to be able to understand like the type of rock it is, because he's really good with like mineralogy, so he can look and see what crystals there are and identify this rock for us, so that we can understand like, oh, is this an igneous rock? Did it intrude? Oh, okay, cool, because they got that, they figured that out. You know what I'm saying? In order, like, using those things to like those differences to come together, because everybody's going to be different, but everybody has like these special skills that work for them. And basically the energy I'm feeling is a mindset change of, oh no, they're different, to like, oh yes, they're different. How can we use this? What is it that I'm lacking that they have? How can we come together and like go faster, or not even faster necessarily, but go together in harmony? What skills are we seeing? Particularly if you've been in arguments, because I kind of feel like this Five of Wands is arguments. Arguments give you information too. You can learn, when you argue with someone, you can learn what triggers them. You can learn what upsets them. You can learn what makes them sit back and take a moment to think. Like, that's information too. It might be painful to think about or even go through, but it gives you information, and you can use that information moving forward in a positive way and not just a negative way. Like, oh, I know how to trigger you. I'm going to win this argument. Not that, but, oh, I know how to trigger you. So I'm going to make sure I speak to you in a way that doesn't trigger you in that, so that we can continue, communicating and moving forward in this. Like, I think that there's much information to be gained, and there's ways in which to gain positive information to move forward in harmony instead of just in this fighting energy. And then we have Six of Wands and Judgment. When I see Six of Wands, it's all about winning. Victory is mine. And Judgment. When I see that Judgment card, I always think you reap what you sow. And so I think the question that we're being asked here this week is like, what is it that you want to, like, what do you want to reap? What is it that you're sowing? And all these negative thoughts and negative mindsets, and like coming up with this way to get up out of that, it would still take nurturing and growing, and like nurturing this new belief that you've acquired after having knock down those old beliefs. It takes nurturing, it takes work. Like, it could literally take years for that belief to solidify, but you would really need to do your best to work towards the positive outcome that you desire. And that's what I'm seeing here when I see this Six of Wands and Judgment card. It's like you have a unique opportunity to manifest whatever it is that you truly desire, but you would have to put it in. Like, you would have to put the work in. It can't just be, oh, I want this, and you don't put the work in. You would have to put the work in order for you to get the fruits of your labor. There needs to be the labor. And I think there's a realization that we're seeing here. It's like, it reminds me of the first time I read the Four Agreements. It was a realization to me that, I am actively participating in the world that I live in. I have agreed to these rules. And if I don't want to agree to them anymore, I get to change the rules. But I needed to understand that not only could I change the rules, and I needed to understand the process of changing the rules. And I needed to understand that it took some time. It wasn't immediate. In the book, The Four Agreements, he does talk about multiple methods of breaking any agreements that you don't believe in anymore, or you don't want to believe in anymore. There's some methods that are faster than others, but they take more energy and effort. It's like the longer you've held that belief, the more energy it's going to take for you to break it. The more effort it will take to break it. And I think moving forward here, especially if you've been in these arguments or in this conflicting energy, you'll be able to see what it would take for you to move away from this, the habits that you would need to develop in order for you to become the person that you wish to become, and the habits that you as a team would need to develop, maybe even some of the conversations that you would need to have. Like, I feel like there's so much information that was gained here during this dark night of the soul. You finally just made a decision: am I gonna accept this, or am I gonna keep going back to the old ways? But because in this energy I feel like so much release moving forward, you've decided to accept the thing as it is and then choose a way to walk forward, in alignment. So your group project, this could be work. Your group project could be a family. Your group project could be a relationship. Your group project could be literally a group project. Maybe you're sometimes out in the world that's not related to work or school. You have group projects, like things that you need to work with others on. This could even have to do with politics. Like, you're deciding, this is what it is. How can we move forward? What are the types of things that I need to be discussing with this person or with this group? What kinds of things is it that we need to be working on? Like, how do we come back more towards the center, back towards each other? How can we use these conflicting energies to shoot ourselves off into victory? Those are the types of questions I feel like are worth asking right now, and that would be the best mindset to have moving forward into this week. A mindset of solutions and victory in the long term, though, because judgment comes after. It comes after. I don't want to say after death, but it comes after the work has already been put in, like after a job well done. I'm thinking about those baking contests. Once you do the baking of the cakes and the decorating and all that, once you've done the work, that is when you get judged on your work. And so it's this is us knowing that the work that we're going to be doing, or the effort that we're going to be putting, is going to pay off sometime in the future, and we're needing to decide how we're going to put forth this effort in a positive way that helps us, move forward in alignment with the people who are around us, or are we just going to continue to stay in this negative energy? So I've gotten some cards of advice. Six of Swords, Five of Swords, the Tower, and the Page of Pentacles. All right. Can't do it no more. I felt that. Six of Swords and Five of Swords, to me, it also reminds me of that conflicting energy, but the Six of Swords is about moving on in your thought. The way that you're thinking is not going to work no more. I can't do it no more. Even the Five of Swords is winning, but at what cost? If we're talking about this conflicting energy, if we're talking about arguments, if we're talking about not being able to fit or work well in a certain environment, this is a mindset change. This is an advice to change your mindset, because we got all these swords. Change your mindset. Just decide. I'm going to change it. I'm going to accept this situation as it is, and I'm going to figure out how to best move forward in this situation. Instead of, I hate it here, I can't stand this, and nah. Don't you hate somebody who just sits there? Not hate, but don't you dislike somebody who sits there and complains and doesn't try to make any changes? To me, this is the energy of I have an epiphany. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to, change my mind. I'm going to set something up in a way that is, going to work more for me. I'm going to Like, to me, the advice is to, and to me, because it's the tower, it is a group decision. It's not just you. There could be an impetus, like maybe from something that you say and like a speech you give. I don't know. I'm thinking of those speeches that you give at the football game when they're down two and they got 2 seconds left and all they need to do is get this. Do you get 2 points when you kick the thing? I don't know. Whatever, however you get 2 points in the last minute of a football game. It's a speech and they're like, yo, we gotta all get together. We gotta do this. We wanna win. Like, that's what I'm seeing, like a speech being given, or some kind of something that allows everyone to decide to come together in this, and then boom, you move forward. But you're just the Page of Pentacles because it's just the beginning. It's the beginning of you choosing a different way, like a different path forward. And this is very exciting for a what do we need to know this week, because I don't know. I kind of feel like something's going to be clearing for you, and it's going to show you like a path forward in the situation that you're already in. I feel like I often talk about leaving situations that don't work for you, but in this instance I see you being like, all right, this isn't working for me. What am I going to do about it? Like, I feel that type of energy. So very excited this week. I think we're gonna, come through some breakthroughs, some epiphanies. We're gonna have some kumbaya moments with the people who are around us. We're really going to like come together, or choose to come together, do our best to come together, and see how that outcome comes. Like, how is this gonna work? If we try it like this, what about that? Let's try it differently. Let's try it, positively. Let's try it lovingly. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.